last second to go for an actual push, which is pretty split at this point, but the spike is heading towards C.
Okay. Zest hears this as well, but he's backing off. I'm wondering why he's not tossing the C's or just getting a better position, but trying to hold things up from around Waterfall. DFM's working against the time. There's the C's, there's the paranoia, but May, with the crosshair placement, still able to snap on towards Ye's head. A bit of a trade going through, and then Maze fires right back. He's got paint shells at the ready as well, and that does not give Zest any room to work with. So you already have the site, you already have the plant, you also have Anthem coming up from behind. How can Bleed retake? It's not going to happen too soon. There goes the first body. Right clicks onto the second. A bit of a whiff, but nonetheless, a cleanup from Cess. And it's going to give... But I would not put Ye down. I mean, a lot of respect to all players on the server right now. As Bleed pushes out onto Mound. Oh, with the classics. Scary lands the shots. A bit of support coming out from Retla as well. And he continues to pepper them full of bullets. 9mm and DFM has to fall back. It's going to be the Outlaw that gets the first pick up from DFM. Cess trying to barrel through, but it's not going to do all too much. Scary now. It's on for the third kill. It's continuing to shoot through with the pistols. Are you kidding me? Do not give me a classic ace in the second round. Tries to stabilize the team by his teammates to push out to collect all of the kills. The IGL calling such a strategy as well. I mean, perfectly matched. A little bit misinformed for DFM, if anything. Ye down to low HP.
It's a 1v1 here between these two. I mean, Ye also has a classic versus a Vandal.
Look, if Ye wins this.
Also, there's a turret.
Okay, okay.
Just hold it.
Faking the door a little, I guess, and Ye just decides to hold it, thinking that maybe he's gone through the other side of the door. Scary.
Yeah, he was pretty close to getting his head taken off, but May essentially already is. Down he will go. Scary takes him down, gets the contact, sees the pressure, calls his team over.
Just doubles back, easy contact, continues to collect. Quadruple kill, and pretty much DFM's dreams of winning this round dashed and down in the dirt.
Toxins going up.
Taking a little bit too much time, just in case they lose any early players. Neth on a bit of a lurk will be able to find Ye's head. Now rotations pulled and split across. Perhaps slightly easier for them to...
Now the push is going to come into C, actually.
Wow. And Bleed continues to fall back bit by bit. Daron takes down Anthem. It's going to be a simple trade. It's almost as if Bleed wants to play for retakes. Looking for some of these simple duels where they're not... I believe that's like his 9th or 10th kill at this point. As he continues to work with the rest of the team, they're all kind of split up. He's got these smokes, and that's what he's known for. That said, it's not going to do all too much if DFM has to spike and they're playing the time of it. Zest trying to take matters into his own hands. Scary makes use of Zest's position to come back in for the clutch. He's able to get the defuse as well. 11 kills right now in round 4.
What is going on with this guy? I got to show everybody my dance.
There.
Uh-oh.
Wow. The blast packs just to bypass a bit more utility. They get a little bit more space, and now the spike planted. Scary continues to play it safe. Not really exposing himself too much. Waiting for his teammates and reinforcements to arrive. Cess gets further information. Oh, he actually
Interesting.
lets the ultimate complete. Meanwhile, the rest of DFM, though, because the spike is down, because they've got Showstopper and everything, they're actually hanging back. Spike continues to tick away.
Look at this lineup. And the snake bite down as well.
Oh.
Showstopper.
Bit of
just
a
buying
combo
time.
Too.
Just going to let it happen. There's not much they can do about that. Lots of nice lineups there as May
Toxins going up.
There.
Back to their pistol round strategy, though, Bleed. Pushing out together as a bit of a squad just to take control over B main, checking pillars. If they can play around the door, that would be cool as well. But unfortunately, a bit of contact being received. Darian cold and alone.
He's being denied. I mean, you can spam all you want, but it's going to be difficult to even get that lineup. He's trying his best. He used 3 ults to win the last couple of rounds, but I'd say 100% worth based on the current state of the game.
Positioning to be able to pick up on a single kill if he's able to find it. The question is, will DFM anticipate it? Foot's been spotted, Prowler's been used, and he unfortunately has to double back.
It's a great read from the side of DFM to clear out Mound like that because he had pretty much a free lineup if he was not rooted out there. Scary, back on the board.
Pretty decent awareness from Anthem, but scary as well, just to stay tucked behind a little corner to fire off safe shots against his opponents. Now Zest controlling trees still. Definitely not a place that DFM wants to explore. So we'll head into B instead. May trying to seize the space, but unfortunately he doesn't have the pacing or the timing. So Darren will be able to shut him down. Neth is the only one left on a bit of a lurk, and the entirety of Bleed's squad working against him.
10 seconds left.
Swings that again.
Trying to secure a strong lead.
My ult is
So
ready.
A doesn't quite work because the Odin was there. Now we're headed towards C, but guess what? Ye is here with an operator still. Flicks the shot on towards May. I guess we have our answer for now as he pulls out the showstopper. DFM no longer able to break through this door set up around C site. Instead, they're going to go through the rotating door towards B, potentially holding up around pillars. Scary, playing it safe around A main, excuse me. Unfortunately, receives contact against Anthem. Ye will continue to explore and sound off his operator, and that puts us down to a 2-on-4.
Yeah, Ye has just been, he's been desperate to get value out of this, and finally in this round, it's very apparent that he's getting quite a lot of value out of the operator. Already 3 kills, 1 with the showstopper as well. Medusa gonna pick up another kill for himself. Certainly making things interesting here. Bleed still in control, but now Anthem gonna take out Retla, and Medusa another one. And it's all up to Darion now. All of a sudden, somehow DFM find a way to get this plant down.
Out for him. Turret and Nanoswarm available, but he goes further in just to explore first. Catches Anthem off timing. Slightly more doable, but will Medusa get the drop on him? He hops off at the halfway mark, but Medusa just a little second faster.
Getting the read that Bleed is just going for these very risky peeks alone, oftentimes, and maybe trying to get value out of that.
Paranoia through. Advantages duels as he peeks out again, trying to hang back around the corners. And that's just incredible one-on-ones. DFM not quite having the confidence to take it on against him.
Cover going
30 seconds left.
Look like they'll even push, but definitely a better look this time around. Nice defense out there from Rubble, especially from Scary, who was able to lie in terms of the raise battle. Both of these guys are on the bottom of their respective scoreboards. Ye trying to come out here, trying to challenge from behind the smoke, see if he can pick anyone off. He will not be able to just yet.
Very controlled plays.
Spike down.
That's it
A.
now. DFM having the coordination and teamwork to take multiple duels along a single player. Take down
Spike
Zest and
planted.
Scary. Getting the spike down now. Trying to catch the time against Ye, but Ye's just a little bit sharper. Reloads and waits for teammates to arrive. Darren does have the lockdown if he's able to arrive from behind. Medusa, though, does he have the awareness to check around his back? Alarm bot goes off. That should give him all the signals he needs. Gets the duel on towards Darien. Retla trying to fire off and trying to hold Neth back. Neth continues to push out front by himself. Now Medusa joins Neth, and they together walk in towards the Viper's pit, where Retla will be able to spin around and spray them downtown. Back up 5-5. Bleed managed to secure the round. They tie things up 5-5. Now Bleed does have a chance of turning this into a 7-5 first half. DFM tries to go on the aggressive into the site, but they burn down to the defensive setups from Bleed. May still kind of stuck in there. The call has been made to hang back,
One
and
enemy remaining.
as he tries to step back out, Scary along with Darren will be able to find these angles. But they just shoot them down. Remember, 4 of those were classic kills from that second round.
That did happen, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Double the top fragger from DFM. That's unbelievable. Now, Nightfall has been invested just to...
They got a little crossfire here in B-Main, and that's going to be a kill going over to Ye already. But look at this.
One enemy
And now
remaining.
they get contact, and
Spike
then
down,
Zest is
B.
able to swing out.
It's going to be tough for Cess to find even a single one. And if he does, he finds Darion. Retless should be able to swing out. 10 seconds, and he takes a little bit of damage. Scary right behind him will be able to secure the frag. That's a 19th one for Scary right now, as Bleed ends this first half with a 7-5. Whoa, a little whoopsie.
Yeah. Scary going to end the first half with 19 kills.
Shallow. Bleed has the timing to get the spike down, and a little bit further for Ye to peek out and get a single kill.
And that is huge here for the side of Bleed, is now everybody just running in towards the site, and they know exactly which direction they're coming in from. There's a lot of work to get done here from the side of DFM, but they've only got a couple of members left, and Anthem is super low.
Last player standing.
That's going to do that. So Bleed right back on the board with a extremely dominant pistol round.
Maybe the decisions aren't quite informed enough, it feels like. Wow.
Well, that's significantly decreases the chance. Yeah.
1%
now. Scary.
Continues to pad his stats as he finds more targets to click on. Picks up a couple, now swings along with his team.
I feel, but maybe not wanting to take any chances themselves, and they're just going to wrap around a little bit too late as they're already in onto the B site. Will be 9-5 in favor of Bleed, and that is their 6th round.
Tries to spray them down as they take control over Tree.
30 seconds
Main
left.
on the site. 30 seconds left, and Bleed needs to get the spike down. Great way to kick things off. Spots out the first, and Ye has been eliminated. The rest of Bleed now. Nobody wants to push out of
They
Tree
gotta
because
go.
of that
10
smoke.
seconds left.
10 seconds left. Now they make their move in. 6 seconds, and the spike starts to go down, but Anthem is here, and he's ready to wreak havoc. 3 kills, and then the final one coming out from Cess. DFM getting the good reads because of the information gathered from B, from C, and Bleed taking a little bit too much time. And this round also comes down to both teams trying to play as cautiously as possible, but sometimes to their own detriment. Nightfall now being invested, but Neth able to answer back in kind. That was a single peek from Ye. No support. Retla might have been able to use that timing to...
Medusa up top here, and he is not going to win that one. Scary. Padding the stats even more.
Wow! Always good on the one-on-ones. Zest here to back him up as well.
Remaining.
Down to low HP, and Cess now
Down A.
is looking for the final target to hit.
He's got a nice lineup here onto where he planted. Let's see if Cess can suss this out. Looks like he has.
Oh! A fantastic shot as he swings out, anticipates him. Omen players, no Omen players. They're bromans.
They're Berman.
Trying to do right now in this retake. The Nightfall sent out, Showstopper deployed. He's looking for Ye, and he finds him. Explosion goes off. Now Cess comes back in for the trade. It's a bit of a double kill. Anthem snaps on towards Retla. Darion coming back in to trade up, but down to the 2-on-1. He sees them stacked up, and he's trying to play around the corners just like Scary does.
So, okay, one away from his own showstopper, hoping to get revenge.
Whoa! All right, I was just going to say, very much better from DFM as they take more space across the map, but then once they start to expose themselves in these open areas, you get that shot from Ye, picks up the showstopper, tries to swing it through, but the space has been made for his team until Medusa swings back around on a double. Retla, both Singaporean players. They know each other really well. Hopefully trying to play off of each other, but just proves too much to hold and handle once you have utilities and the entire... I mean, who's going to be the first player to throw themselves in harm's way to open it up for the team?
10 seconds
They try to
left.
fan out, but now 9 seconds left. Spike is taking way too long. Cess is already prepared to take them down as they try to walk on through. That's the second shot now. Anthem with a double kill to give DFM the lead for us as well.
Yeah, I do feel like you're onto something. I think Bleed should have some sort of set play. But let's see, it's actually going to be May. Comes out here quickly, looking to punish. And he just gets blinded, still gets the kill! As the rest of the team is there to back him up as well.
Shadows.
Instead, it's going to be DFM with the decisive set play. Yeah, both teams just trying to play it safe and trying to hold on to whatever advantage they have. I definitely did not expect it. I have to respect Ye a lot, though. I mean, look at how he's trying to open things up for his team, pushing out front, you know, smoothly, safely checking every single corner.
30 seconds
But unfortunately, a team not quite there with him, and DFM are just able to pick apart Bleed. Broke the camel's back on this map was the one after the timeout.
Yeah, that went so heavily in favor of DFM that it was like all the air was...
Take control of things. Retla making use of his Viper's Pit, but you do have a bit of a counter from Anthem's Nightfall.
Spike planted.
A lot of utility being tossed through, but still not quite enough space. Zest, unfortunately, trying to hop back over into a safer position, exposes himself, and that's going to be a shot down in. Bleed. Darian tries to take matters into his own hands, holds the angle and takes down 2. But initial pit falls. Retla's still alive and up and running. Ye trying to protect his teammate as best as he can. But unfortunately, the numbers prove too overwhelming. And the teamwork from DFM exposes some of the positioning from the Bleed players and gives them the targets they need to hit. It at all. Jet is, Darren was the duelist before Ye or Scary even came in for Bleed. But as we head on into a full-on conflict war against mid, Darren comes out on top with a frenzy.
And Ye got the first kill.
Wow! Okay.
Uh-oh. That's not a good start for our desk. But it is a great start for Bleed. We're going to get on here. Not sure if they're going to know that Anthem is already in onto the site.
Enemy remaining.
So looks for the last one, though. Not quite having the range on the right click. It's going to be Retla who opens up the pistol round for Bleed here.
Little do they know.
Planted.
Not even able to get the orb. So
unfortunate.
They're just going to run all the way over to B. Into the hands of Darian, who does have first contact here. Not going to hit that shot.
Wow. Yeah, instantly coming back in just
One enemy remaining.
double up and collect on all the final kills. Similar story to before. Second round and Bleed finds 4 kills. So cautious, too overly cautious or too afraid to peek out. Going in for some confident duels. That's what we need. Especially with a double duelist composition. It's going to be Darren with a swing on towards Sis. It's instantly already a rifle gone.
Yeah, is Bleed at the moment. Looking for a bonus.
Very likely able to get it as well. They continue forth with his momentum. So much space being collected on. I don't know how you can retake this. They do have some players approaching from behind, but I believe Bleed are anticipating this as well. Zest already watching down this right angle. Scary watching ramps as well. A lot of it is being marked as the spike goes down.
Yeah, at this point, maybe you just want to
Toxins going
back
up.
out of here and save up because... Oh!
One enemy remaining.
Wait, he re-peeks it. looking for the kill. Coming out, double duelist. Very aggressive here on split already. And a pretty demanding lead. Commanding lead, rather, at this point in time.
All right. Still not really seeing all too much. Now Cess will be able to get all this juicy information. DFM should be prepared for the hit. Bleed dives straight in with the execute, but Ye unfortunately is the only one who makes his way first through.
One enemy
And then just the off angles being held by Ming and Cess.
30 seconds
Even with the sheriffs able to accurately fire through. Now Medusa with the right clicks.
Oh no.
Scary hopping all over, making it tough for him, making him miss. We've positioned Ye up around mid cubby. The rest of the squad still trying to explore around. Player, now the rest of DFM trying to steady themselves for further contact, but it's not as fast as they had hoped. Now we've got the utility set up, but Darren's able to fire through with the operator. More players from Bleed starting to show up on the board as they push through together. That gives them the sight.
Spike planted.
They get on in. It didn't seem like DFM were doing pretty good on those first contacts. I mean, we saw they were set up on the site. They kind of knew which direction they were coming in. They just could not land the shots. And Bleed just swarming the site just a bit better. Nice shot from May.
Satchel out.
He's trying to use his blast pack to clear some corners as well. Has an idea of where they might be, but wow, Paranoia tossed back in just to secure the round. Set plays to take over garage control, for example.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Yeah, they knew they got the stun down, so yeah, he just sends the boombot in and gets the kill.
Yeah, triangulate his position off of the boombot. A little bit of damage being sent through with the shots fired through the smokes as well. DFM wanting to re-aggress and find some trades perhaps, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out in their favor. Trap will be able to catch a single player as they try to push on through in towards A, but unfortunately initiative and timing not quite on Neth's side. It's going to be Bleed collecting with slightly downgraded arsenal. Cess tries to play an off angle around B. Wow, catches Scary, who does not expect it. That's one way to start things out.
Yeah, that's certainly going to help. Sterion's just trying to poke his head in here with an operator. That's not going to work. I
think he...
Very aggressive play, you know? Risk versus reward.
That's the thing about Bleed. It's, you know, sometimes it's not quite clear what the game plan is. Darren thinking he should push up, but the team's not quite there to follow through on him.
It would have been really cool if he got the kill, though.
That's right. Mid-air.
That's what you got to think about, you know? Like, imagine if he got it.
So we've got DFM on a second round win now. May's picking up the operator. Let's see what more damage they can do. A little bit more courageous, holding the angle straight up front. This elevation.
Get that kind of streakiness here. Once again, just for Bleed's sake. Although
good games, good matches to watch. High-level gameplay and incredible mechanics. Retla able to gun down a single player as he holds down the entirety of A Heaven, ensuring that DFM doesn't quite get the space that they are looking for. May, though, does not care, deploys the rockets just to eliminate him. And now they've got a little bit more space. Anticipating further positions, though, they try to peek out together. Scary's not quite able to take down 2 or 3 targets by himself. Not when they're peeking together.
They throw out the Seekers, and May's like, oh, he's with me. A little bit too late, though, as May was very low on health.
Should be able to stick defuse, though. Being able to keep himself shrouded in mystery. Oh! But Zest knows exactly where the spike is planted. Zest tries to take his place, and unfortunately not quite able to protect himself using the smoke.
State is very...
It's not there yet, no.
Parents, yeah.
They were playing this map against Gen G last week with a 6-2 rounds. They only won 2 rounds on defense, so maybe this will be a better performance if they're able to take this on against Bleed. So far, Bleed now being decisive on their hit. Because again, when you call the timeout, your opponent's coach can talk to their team as well. And we see a set strat coming through. DFM, though, trying to make use of every single angle possible. Come back down from around A ramp. They managed to eliminate the first. Retla now comes back in and kill of his own and then deploys the Viper's Pit, eliminating more positions. May has managed to sneak through screens now, and he's able to look for even more, but he knows not to repeat the same mistakes from Cess from earlier. So he's looking to eliminate the final few players. Unfortunately, though, it takes up a little bit too much time and has to use the blast pack to evade and dodge and get away.
Yeah, had a chance to stake out everybody, but at the end of the day, he's just gonna...
Final few moments of the previous round. Now back to it though, I mean, this is the decisive, this is the dive strategy that we wanted to see from Bleed. They have this double composition, double duelist composition for a reason, and it just works out really well. Scary now collecting on the 2 from behind, always from behind. Yay with a showstopper and a quadruple kill. Anywhere to be found on site, so it's a completely free plant, free real estate for Bleed. Oh, now it's just a firing squad watching down heaven.
Oh boy.
This is where I'm worried for DFM. You can't individually stacked players against Bleed. If you're not going against Bleed with teamwork, each and every single one of these players can frag out against you, and that's... Although Anthem collected a couple of share death, Darian evades all of it. And pops up the cages just to play around. He wants to stop the dive composition. Able to take down the first player, but not quite on the second, as the New Theft continues to pulse through. Further information as to where the players might be positioned now. Not quite seeing all too much, though. And slightly disjointed peaks. It's DFM going in one by one, and Bleed completely feasting on each and every single one of them.
I mean, they had that angle covered by about 3 people, and there was no peek from heaven at the same time. So one person goes and dies, another person goes and dies. And Bleed, yeah, it was like a nice hold on the site.
Provide. You start things off with some strategies is to take over A ramp.
There. Scout.
Trailblazer will be able to find a bit of information. May now doubling back in just to hold the angle. Finds the first. Now spots out 3 more targets. Wants to greed and get a second kill up around ropes. Now tosses the paint shells, and that's when Cess comes up from behind as he made his way through mid. Medusa able to fire off another shot too. And Bleed are just trying to fight back against them, but to no avail. So not too bad. DFM actually...
More numbers.
Yeah, not too bad. Especially if Bleeds wants to play against them. The next round now, Bleed just diving, clashing straight into DFM. The better firepower team wins. Down to the last one, it's going to be Retla. Showing off the Bleed Classic.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, just going to be able to find too many kills with that one. Not this time.
Got 1 Vandal. Full armors for everybody else.
It's quite the number of players from the previous round. Now the question is, how is Bleed gonna take control of the round? Uh-oh. Try to push down ramp. Zest providing Darren with further support from the top. It does do a little bit of damage against the A site, kind of blind. I'm not sure if he's using the guiding light to kind of create a bit more presence towards B before deciding to head into A. But unfortunately, I don't think the fake's all too good as Zest manages to hold his own triple kill, and then Ye to put the final one on the board. Point.
May.
Okay.
First kill. They have delayed their push.
Ooh.
Medusa gets another pick off here before they actually go into ropes too. And maybe another. Not this time. And not that time either.
Oh! All right, not too bad from Scary, though. He's able to come back in just to... Anthem arrives with the spike. And it's only Zest along with Retla to try to retake.
Last player standing.
Zest tries to do it by himself up around heaven, but since he's fallen, now it's all down to Retla's shoulders.
Not looking too likely to know exactly where he is. And he's like, well, I'm just going to run away. Big smile in a very safe spot all the way on the opposite side of the map.
It's not impossible.
Information, I think. And there it is. Going to take him down.
Oh, wow. This is actually pretty smart. And Bleed have to stack up a
30
B2.
seconds left.
All of a sudden, Medusa and Anthem were like, Death, I thought you said they were on A. But here comes the showstopper from May. Spots out Darian. Fortunately clipped against the wall with that tailwind. However, even though the spike goes down now, Bleed has a couple of rifles in their hands. They might be able to make use of them. Ye tries to go on a solo mission from the back, but unfortunately shut down by Nat. That's gonna...
DFM, another round. I mean, this is getting a little spicy. 6-11. And one by one, these rounds, I mean, that looked pretty decent for the side of Bleed.
Decided to push up ropes. Not going to do that for the time being, though. DFM just doing similar things from before, trying to create a bit of presence across the map and then to hold back. Thinking as there might be DFM players around mid.
Expect somebody to be there. He gets taken out. And then the second peek as well to give a second member over. As Darian at least is going to be able to hold on.
Where maybe they don't have a lot of wins under their belts, some of these utilities, just so that they have an easier time on the site. But in all of this time as well, Bleed needs to kind of get a read for where DFM are. Hearing some of these movements across B Heaven now, Darian turns his crosshairs around, and this could be the thing that changes the entire fate of Bleed right now. 10 seconds left, and you fired off the showstopper. You fired off the operator. 2 players remaining on the side of DFM. They're going for the save instead. A little bit too far from the spike, and that puts Bleed up. Sudden change up in pace. Going with the boombot, doesn't quite fight too much, and that's going to be made. Unfortunately caught somewhat with his pants down. Zest able to fly back into sight where he's finding a lot of these entries.
Zest, oh.
Nice little crouch peek, takes down the first. But Redlaw on the off angle gets caught with utility in hand. Still have Ye watching all the way from screens though, and that's a direct line of sight. Scary from the shadows in towards the back of sight. Catches Cess. Now it's all down to Neth in a 1-on-3. Able to take down the first player, but not quite the second. That's better teamwork.
That 13-7 victory, which was mostly in their hands. As here comes the push.
30 seconds left.
Might think that there might be a bit of Japanese power coming through as well, but it's going to be DFM for now with the right ideas to take down the site. 3 players already gone from Bleed's roster.
Spike planted.
As DFM barrel through smokes and make their way onto site. Scary now. Coming alongside Zest, who is making a long trip through A main. Puts down a very interesting smoke just right around the edge of heaven so that players can't quite get the vision against him.
Yeah, trying to make a bunch of noise too. Let's see what Zest can get. That's 2!
Barry! Oh my god! And it all starts off with that little smoke, like I said, the butterfly effect. You turn an unwinnable situation around.
But then Zest said no. And then it was over.
That's exactly just what Bleed can be capable of from taking some of these battles against Bleed. Off to pistols now, though, and that's all that they can find. walking into an outlaw is not something that you want to do. Of course, they had no idea that that would be around the corner, but now walking really deep behind enemy lines. Anthem tries to hold the
One
angle,
enemy
but
remaining.
not quite anticipating the back. Bleed makes quick work of DFM.
Last map.
Bit of a game plan for Bleed of their own, and this is like I mentioned. Once they have these set plays, once they have the confidence, go for it. Very great stuff. Measure to cross tree. Originally they would have the toxic screen, but okay, kind of invites Scary into a bit of a peek. May says hello.
Standing ahead.
Zest with the Odin now though.
Yeah.
Able to hold the angle, a bit of a shot step through, but it's all spotted. Zest, yet another quad kill. And that's gonna be
30
a
seconds
pretty
left.
tough one. If they can take this win, they would be able to face their next opponents with much more confidence, for sure. Zest now with the Odin still continues to watch the angle. Killing was his favorite thing. It's just a lot of skill involved.
They're just running into B, straight into the open arms of
10
Zest.
seconds left.
And Zest is like, thank you very much. I guess I'll just spray you down.
I mean, we joke a little bit about it. Maybe not a lot of mechanical skill involved with the Odin, but you need to have the sense to position yourself in the right way, in the right place. And that's why.
So here we are, DFM. Are you going to make your mark? Oh boy, Hunter's mark.
Okay, Zest fires back.
Spike
Scary's
down
got a bit
A.
of positioning too. I mean, look at this. This is Bleed. Managed to cut up DFM. There's some wounds now. We're still waiting for them to turn into scars. DFM needs to feel battle hardened. DFM needs to be ready to roll with the punches. You lose a couple of players, but your game plan still sound. May is still set up inside of tree.
Let's see. He's looking for it. Oh.
Okay. Be together. There we go. Not too bad for a trade. You managed to wrestle a gun away. Now you've got the showstopper.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but what a peek from Zest.
He's made a decent amount of noise over there in B main, but this push is actually coming in towards A. And the A isn't hitting the shots.
There we go. May diving straight in.
I know exactly.
Able to pick up the first two. Bit of a newer theft from Medusa now as they get further information. The showstopper will be able to catch on to Darren just by the edge. It pushes him further back. May now swaps on over to Ye's operator. Tosses out the paint shells as well. He's back in for a bit of a reload as Tree gets continued to break down. The rest of the team will be able to watch the angles and they know exactly where the rest of Bleed are coming from. A round which they didn't have, now finally making a quick change through market. But as the null command gets deployed, the rest of them are anticipating some peeks out. It's instead going to be Zest holding the angle away. Scary now peeking through from defender spawn. Right up around the smoke. Zest not quite able to deal against him. It's all down to Medusa.
Well, they killed the raid boss. They got Zest.
Spike
But
planted.
I don't think they're going to get, well, they're going to commit to the pit, and they know exactly where he started it, so much for that pit. Pretty desperate.
Picks up to several players.
Just like, huh, that door can be closed.
Oh, look at this now, Medusa. What's he thinking of? Shaping up to be a much better round as May gets a sensing as to when they might push out. The Boombot tells everything. The paranoia from Cess gives them a little bit more space, but as they peek out, so many players from Bleed have already made their way out. The lines of sight all favoring them instead. Can May hold it down? Nope, not quite. As the Odin cuts him right at his knees. Ye finally finding that shot onto Medusa. Zest sticks the defuse just in time for Bleed to get the 7th win.
Yeah, pretty nice retake that time around.
With the Odin, a lot of presence made around B main. He's going to be able to hold back. Just collect on so much information. Anthem with an Odin of his own fires right back. Bit of an advantage. They could just overwhelm Scary. Scary's continuing to jump spot from Hell though.
Oh, the timing.
Wow! Spun around 180, takes down Medusa. Maybe Scary doesn't quite survive, but still, Ye will be able to hold on to his operator, and that could give Bleed so much more if they play the long game. Anthem's Odin continues to sound off, and now the rest of Bleed rethinking their moves. Do you want to
The
retake?
situation, but maybe seeing what they could see. Maybe if someone was going to get aggressive, they could pick them off, and then they could save. Either way, that is going to be DFM finally picking up a second round for themselves.
To hit down to B.
30
Scary
seconds left.
from the shadows onto site. Oh, but unfortunately the corner not quite checked. Logs is where Retla will strike. Zest from back of Boathouse continues to make this Odin sing.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, what a beautiful tune.
Yeah, nobody's there. Okay, they're not going A.
You just
You
put
don't see
this-
them at tree, and then you've got one guy to spot for the sound of them running through market and pizza. It's like, okay.
Flash that gives them a bit of control over tree as well. Now making their way in. The entirety of Bleed is here watching the angles though. And that's going to be the shots fired off. Also accurate. Every single player collecting on a single kill. End of his life clicking away.
Darian trying his best to catch up to Zest, the raid boss. I'm not sure if it's going to happen.
I think it could.
Okay, that's going to help.
Potentially could. Nice little pop flash, underhand toss. Doesn't see anything, so the rest of them could be around A main.
Zest is ready.
Oh. They slash DFM and now just waiting for that wound to bleed open. Zest continuing to fire every single round down this single choke point. Yale.
Zest is ready for this.
And for the time being, just waiting for the right moment to send out that paranoia. Must collect on these kills. He spots out so many of them, collects onto 3 heads, picks up the quad, and then swings out for the final shot to pick up the ace. DFM start out this slightly unorthodox agent. Can it happen again? This time with the rifle, watching the angle outside of A main, picks up onto the first, gets pop flashed by Darian.
What if he
But the
gets
support comes right back.
aces?
Ooh, that would be even, even more morale. Truly the savior of DFM right now.
Here.
Neth will be able to spot out a lot of information. They are hearing all of these footsteps.
Little spray. No. Okay. Lines it up. Stays composed.
As he should. Anthem controlling the back, making sure that Bleed does not have any exit plans either.
30 seconds left.
Ooh. Firing off that little water gun. Unfortunately not quite able to connect onto Zest this time. What? With the classics!
No way.
It's classics again! Valdez!
No way.
At whichever ridiculous range. I can't believe. I mean, that's again why. How the heck did Zest make that shot?
They bought some time with the recon dart too.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, man. And the slow creep walking through. Zest spots him. Darian peeks
Wow.
out. Oh, clean classic shot. A thrifty for Bleed.
Oh,
No!
Unfortunately for DFM.
Oh, just unfortunate.
Cage triggered.
They do have some sheriffs. Good little flash through. Spotted by the recon. I mean, look at this take. The teamwork from Bleed on point right now. While all of the machine as they head on over to B. So pretty soon they're going to see that it's all clear. Spike gets planted. All they have to worry about is, well, defender spawn and market.
One
Just
enemy
defender
remaining.
spawn. Perfect mechanical skill. Down to Anthem. There is no answer to any of this.
Yeah, he's just hanging on for dear life.
Flawless.
Not going to hit that shot either. Ye picks up a 3K. It is a flawless, and Bleed are on the door.
Neth, what is this?
Toxins going up.
Pushed all the way out into Gelato.
Trying to get a little interesting with the positioning on Death's door.
Okay. Nice little crossfire. Flash through. Anthem stays tucked away and hidden.
Spike down mid.
Teammate coming back into support from Pizza. All that's left is going to be Zest to see if he is truly the raid boss.
I mean, he is, regardless.
One of the most experienced players on Bleed's squad. Knows where the spike is, wants to opt over to retrieve it, but Anthem watches the angle.
And Zest, he'll play anchor.
He's just making a bit of noise, buying out that smoke from Zest. He doesn't have any left. It's going to be the poison cloud just to delay for a second, but here comes the null command. Bleed will be able to pile drive through the site. They do not care what you're going to try. Neth tries to stay tucked away, tries to find the opening shot. Will be able to get the first, but then instantly traded by Ye. The rest of the team have made their way onto the site. Now here comes Mei with the showstopper, looking to do out even more damage. Goes into clear B main. The corner's not yet found.
Okay.
Good little heads-up duel against Retla. Player still on site though. Darren watching out defender spawn, trying to check onto lane. Zest now, a bit of a delayed response, and it's something that DFM does not expect. Bleed, cut them open and bleed them dry. Finally take